So I was in Frankfurt just before COVID. So many examples. I was in Frankfurt and I was working with a group of Gen Zs and youngsters. And, they're bright, very, very strong academic, brilliant people working for one of the giant top five IT companies. And they've been identified, these 17 people from all over Europe, as the top talent for the future. And they were given to me for 4 days. So there was all this was going on. So I turned to one young lady and I said, Clara, what are you working on? And she said, oh, I'm developing digital applications. And I yawned. And I said, really? That's not interesting. That's not interesting. And then I asked her another question and I said, who for? And she said, oh, for our banking clients. And I yawned again, but it was less of a yawn. And then I said, Clara, why? And I mean, she was flummoxed. She said, I don't know what you mean. Why, Sanjeev? I'm working for this huge IT company. I'm on a project. My expertise is digital applications. We've got banking clients. How do you mean why? And I said, it's time for lunch. And it was. At lunch, I was with Klaus, who's her Uber boss, boss's boss, a very, very senior guy. Even from him, I had to extract the answer. Because I said, Klaus, what's Clara working on? Anyway, I got the answer eventually. I extracted it. I came back after lunch and I said, Clara, do you know what you're working on? Your client is Absa, one of the biggest South African banks. They've discovered a new market segment, which is poor farmers and tradespeople in the far-flung villages of South Africa. They don't have credit lines. And to buy their feed and fertilizer, they take a 2-day perilous journey with the cash that they've stored up underneath their pillow, and hope that they won't be mugged, go buy their feed and fertilizer and then a 2-day perilous journey back. That's 4 days of yield on the farm. That's the impact of what you are doing. It was revolutionary. We don't even know to that extent. Even from Klaus, I had to extract it. And that evening, they all invited me for dinner. We went to Sachsenhausen to a lovely restaurant. We were sitting there, enjoying our schnitzel and so on. And you know what? Every one of those 17 members that evening they weren't talking about football. They all wanted to talk about the level of impact that their skill, their knowledge, their capability, their energy, their intellect can bring in terms of value to whomever they serve, customers or bosses or the organization or the end customer. It was so powerful. I mean, that 2 weeks later, she wrote me an email and she said, Sanjeev, nothing has changed about my work. I'm doing exactly the same digital application development. Everything has changed about my productivity, how I'm approaching it. I'm not tired in the morning thinking about what I'm doing, because when I'm putting my finger to the keyboard, it is digital applications, but my mind is constantly on how I can save 4 days of yield for those people and how I can make their life better. Her productivity is up. She's collaborating with her team members much better because the discussion is going via that 4 days of yield, not let's do it in agile, no, let's do it in waterfall, no, let's do it like this. That's not the discussion. The discussion is from there. And if that needs agile or waterfall, the right project put, and no one is in conflict. So the conflict is gone, collaboration is up, productivity is up, the joy of working, purpose is set, valuepreneurship, numbers go up. It's a no-brainer.